Ebola crisis in West Africa. David Cameron said he's proud of the UK response, which includes more than £100 million in aid and the deployment of troops and medical staff.
This is the biggest health problem facing our world in a generation. It's very likely to affect a number of the countries that are here today. Now, Britain, in my view, has been leading the way. The action we're taking in Sierra Leone, where we are committing well over £100 million, 750 troops, we're doing a huge amount. And I think it's time for other countries to look at their responsibilities and their resources and act in a similar way.
A Birmingham MP has told BBC WM the decision by the council's new head of children's services to quit during her induction has left a cloud over the department. Bernadette McNally was appointed in August. She was due to start the role formally in November. She hasn't given a reason for leaving the job. She'd previously run social services at the Belfast Health and Social Care Trust. Labour MP for Perry Bar, Cally Mahmood's told BBC WM he's demanding answers.
We want to get to the bottom of it. Lord Warner at the moment is working with the local authority, and I thought they were doing quite a good, reasonable job working together to build this up. So, and this is a big blow to that, and I want to find out why that perception came across for Miss McNally, and where are we and how do we move forward.
One of the region's biggest mental health trusts has admitted it doesn't have enough beds to cope with demand. Birmingham and Solihull Mental Health Trust says it's even had to send patients as far afield as Brighton and Carlisle. The trust says it does work tirelessly to admit patients quickly and discharge appropriately. Police are appealing for help in identifying a man who pushed a jogger into water as he ran past on a canal towpath in Birmingham. The 50-year-old man was jogging along the towpath under Old Snow Hill Road near to William Booth Lane when he came across a group of men loitering under a bridge. As he tried to run past the men, one of them pushed him from behind, causing him to fall into the canal. And a senior figure at the Bank of England has suggested that interest rates could remain lower for longer than expected. The bank's chief economist, Andrew Haldane, said the economy was a picture of sunshine with showers, as strong growth and soaring employment contrasted with a squeeze on wages and low productivity. Looking at the weather, mostly dry for the rest of this afternoon, a few sunny spells, clouding over this evening though, with outbreaks of rain. Highs of 17 Celsius, 63 Fahrenheit. BBC WM 95.6 News. There's more online at bbc.co.uk/WM.
Iain Lee
on BBC WM
95.6,
the voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
Yeah, let's be having you then, shall we? Afternoon, this is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. It's one of those days, right, there's not a lot in the papers, and by not a lot I mean, it's a bit rubbish, really. Now, I feel I'm in an awkward position. Just going back to the news that we heard there with Rob, the police are looking for a gentleman who pushed a jogger into a canal. Now, while I could never and would never condone such behaviour, isn't part of you going, it's a jogger? Now, no, and I'm not condoning it. It's not appropriate. It isn't appropriate, but I think it leads us on to our first phone in very, very nicely. When have you fallen or pushed your mates into water? There we go. We've all done it, haven't we? When have you fallen or pushed your mates into water? As not making light of a horrible, serious attack that's taken place, and let's hope they catch those hoodlums as quickly as possible. 03453 009956. Apart from that in the news, there's not a lot in the news. Want to talk about Ebola? Nah, not really. Do you want to talk about... what else is on the front? Oh, I left the papers out there. Joe, can you bring the papers in? Let's have a look. They're on that table over there. Did a nice part. There's not a lot in the papers. So, we've rummaged hard to try and find some bits and pieces, but the content of the show is not exclusive to these things I'm about to say to you. OK? It's not exclusive. Thank you so much, Producer Joe. Let's have a look. The front pages. 100 UK terror attacks smashed every day. Anonymous app that tracks users' secrets. Not really that much fun. Guidelines on assisted suicide are relaxed. Really? On a Friday, guys? Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Alan Sugar star is vicious thug convicted of... Not Alan Sugar, someone from The Apprentice. 4 out of 10 hospitals are unsafe. It's not really kind of the stuff that's going to set you up for the weekend, is it? It's all a little bit, how can I put this, dull. So, Producer Joe and I have come up with some bits and pieces that we think you might like to talk about. If you feel the need to join in with something else, you're more than welcome to. 03453 009956. It has to be said that after Pete Morgan and Danny Kelly and Sonny and Cher, that this is perhaps the most slapdash show on the station. I think they're all proper, well researched, no disrespect to my producer, well produced, well presented bits of radio. We just come in and we chance it. And so far, we've got away with it. Hey, Angela Rippon. Do you know something? Angela Rippon used to be my secret crush. I say used to be. I was 7 years old. Okay, this is why I have a problem around intimacy issues. I was 7 years old, and we had a copy. Remember, we had a copy of the TV Times. We never had the TV Times in my house. Always the Radio Times. There was a picture of Angela Rippon in the TV Times. And I kissed her at the age of 7, and my sister caught me and laughed and threatened to tell my mum. I was terrified. I think it says a lot about me. Who's your secret crush? 03453 009956. Here we go. My secret odd crush now, you'll never guess. Samantha Cameron. Yeah, I know. Samantha Cameron. There's something about her. Why the long face? There's something about her that's, I just don't know. There's, Sam Cam. Yeah, I know. You can give us a call on that. It really is going to be one of those shows today. Your secret crushes, please. 03453 009956. Sam Cam is mine. And I had a thing for Sherry Blair in the early days as well. Sort of the late 90s. Not now. No, not now. No. In the late 90s, Cherie Blair. Oh, there was just something. When she opened the door on that day that they'd won the election and her hair was all squiffy. Oh, I thought she was marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Do you know what I mean, Jean? There's something about there was something about Cherie Blair that was just so, I don't know, naughty? Jean?
Cherie Blair?
Yeah, Cherie Blair, Jean.
Never.
Yeah, naughty Cherie. And Sam Cam.
No.
Is there a time delay on this? What, hello?
No, I'm thinking as I'm trying to digest the information. I have to say, though, Ian, you are my secret crush.
Hot potatoes, Jean. What?
I tell you what, they need to give you a full-time slot on this radio.
They can't, and I'll tell you why they can't do that, Jean, because I am a very, very lazy man.
No, I don't believe
Oh, no. Trust me, it's true. I'm a very, very lazy man. The thought of doing more than 2 shows a week, I don't think so. I've got...
Can I ask you a question?
I am married, Jean, but let's see, go.
Just sort of... Sometimes when I've listened to you on the weekend shows...
Yes.
You've then popped up on a Sunday morning on a news channel.
I believe you're referring to a news channel we can't mention called Sky.
Yes. I didn't know if I could mention it.
No, we can't mention Sky News.
Do you logistically run all over the country?
No, technically I have a car, so I'm driving all over the country.
Right. Oh, well, yeah, okay. That was you. Yeah, okay. And, wow, that's a lot of miles then.
It's a lot of miles, yes. My Tiger tokens are really piling up. I hope to get that set of glasses soon. Jean, listen. Jean, I want
you on WM more.
You want me on you. Now, Jean, the reason we're talking about Angela Rippon, and we went off on the tangent, she's 70 years old. She's dressed in this picture in the Daily Mail, page 13, if you want to read along at home. She's dressed in full leathers. She's got the leather knee-length boots. She's got the leather trousers and the leather jacket.
Yep.
No one apart from Fonzie, Elvis in 1968, and indeed Jim Morrison, no one looks good in leather.
Well, I think she's a very attractive woman for her age, and she's kept very well for her age.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's dressed in leather has got you talking about it.
Yeah. Have you got any leather, Jean?
None that I can disclose to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jean has a secret drawer that nobody is allowed in apart from her and the gentleman in her life. Jean, thank you very much indeed. So that's kind of how we roll here. 03453 009956. Already we've got 2 cabs off the rank. Your slightly weird crushes, for me it's Cherie Blair and Sam Cam. And have you got any leather? Afternoon. It's Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. If you're new to the show, well, I suggest you sit down with a cup of tea and some kind of bun. Let it wash over you, dear listener. Let it wash over you. Tangents are the name of the day. So, we've already started off with who's your secret, slightly odd crush. For me, it was Cherie Blair. Not so much now. I think, no. But at the time, oh, blimey. Now it's Samantha Cameron. Maybe it's the power I'm attracted to. Maybe it's the power. The wife of the power. The only thing with Samantha Cameron is she's very gummy. She's like Paloma Faith. Yeah, she is. She's like Paloma Faith, where there's where the you know when you smile, you should just see teeth and maybe a hint of gum. She's like 70% gum and 30% teeth, and that's the only thing that puts me off. Apart from that, get in there, fella. I mean, she's a beautiful lady, is what I'm trying to say. I'm sure she's very successful in her career, and she's very intelligent and cooks good lasagna. All of those things, I'm sure, are true about her. We're talking about that. And does anyone look good in leather? Really? Angela Rippon, age 70? I don't think so. I don't think so. Would you admit to owning some leather? 03453 009956. Trevor's in Darlaston. Afternoon, Trevor.
Hello, mate.
What you got for us?
Susie Quattro in the 70s.
Yeah. Trevor, are you in the same vicinity as your telephone? Because I can barely hear you.
No, I've got the Bluetooth on.
Oh, the Bluetooth is one of the worst inventions of all time, isn't it?
Well, some Bluetooth earpieces ain't very good, but I find these are quite good.
Well, you may do, but we're struggling. OK, Susie, do you know what, Trevor? Yes, I'd have to give you Susie Quattro if it were within my power to do so.
Well, obviously, if she was a bit younger, maybe, but...
No, I think...
In the 70s, she was gorgeous. I used to think she was gorgeous, anyway.
Oh, I'm a big... I don't think there's any gentleman... I don't think there's any gentleman that was around in the 70s and saw Susie Quattro playing that low-strung bass guitar, singing Down at Devilgate Drive in her leathers that didn't think, Core blimey, hey?
Whatever. Who are her missus?
And the thing with Susie Quattro, right? The thing with Susie Quattro... It was all covered. It was all hidden. It's not like your Lady Gagas now, or your I can't think of another Sabrina. It's not like them where it's everything.
Britney Spears is another one who lets it all hang out.
It's all popping out. Susie Quattro kept it covered.
Yeah, with Britney Spears, I'd push it all back at you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Yes, are you a fan of Angela Rippon in the leathers though, Trevor? It's not working, is it?
No. We used to work on Carol Vorderman. There's another one with a nice figure.
Yeah, well, yes. Although
never seen her in leather, mine, but
Carol. Can we just, by the way, can we just step away slightly from the perverts route that I fear we're going down? Carol Vorderman is a very, very attractive woman, right?
Yes.
But the last 3 or 4 years, well, I think she needs to dress more age appropriately.
Possibly.
She's dressing young. The older she gets, the younger she dresses.
Mutton dressed as lamb, you're trying to say.
I would never say no such thing. Just be aware we have. It's. Oh, I see where this is going now. It's all just blokes phoning up, perving over women dressed in leather. It's not what this was meant to be. It's not meant to be a fetish phone-in. That's a Doolan show. No. It's not meant to be something like that. It's supposed to... yes, you can phone in, and we'll go to Rick in a second. You can phone in and tell me, who you think looks good in leather. I would love to hear from you, though, if you own some leather. Are there any men that are prepared to admit they own leather trousers? It seems like a good idea. It just doesn't work. Or a leather shirt. Can you get leather shirts? Oh, you kind of think, I'm of a certain age. I think I can carry off leather trousers. I think if I worn leather trousers once, I think my friend had some and I borrowed them. I think. I may be filling in gaps that weren't actually there. Rick's on the line. Afternoon, Rick.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hello, Rick. What you got for us?
Marianne Faithfull, girl on a motorbike, beautiful in leathers.
You're right.
And I own a pair of leather trousers.
And what, sorry?
I do own a pair of leather trousers.
Now, you sound like you're a biker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I have them.
I don't know if it... Now, are you a proper biker, or are you one of those plums that rides a Harley? Do you ride a Harley?
No, I wouldn't have a Harley if you paid me.
Because Harleys are for like middle-aged men and women who've got a few quid to spare, but aren't really that interested in being a biker, aren't they?
Well, it depends on your perspective, I suppose, but I don't like them myself. They're overrated, overpriced, and over here.
Rick, can I ask you a personal question?
If you must.
I'm going to try and guess your age. Hang on.
Well, go on then.
47.
No.
Am I close?
Within 5 years.
You're
How's that?
52 years old.
No.
Am I going the wrong way?
No, you've gone the right way, but you've gone too far.
Well, how old are you then?
I'm 50 and I'm 51 in a week and a half's time.
Hey, mate, happy birthday. Well, listen, I'm significantly younger than you. All right, steady on. When you when that number changed from a 4 to a 5, how did you feel? Did you feel, that life was over?
No, not at all.
Really?
Yeah. I felt that when I went from 30 to 40, but not when you go from 40 to 50.
I cried when I went from 29 to 30.
Right.
I was very, very drunk. I didn't cry when I went from 39 to 40. I was very, very sober. But 50, 50 is just looming up around the corner now, man. And I'm 41. But time is going so quickly.
I have a leather jacket that's half your age, if that makes you feel better.
Rick, may God bless you, sir. Thank you very much indeed. The reason we're talking about that, a lot of age in the show today. 58. 58 is the age when we're most contented. Is this true? We get happier rather than grumpier with age until we find our greatest contentment at 58. How do we put this to the test? Well, I want people who are 58 and people who have been 58. Were you your happiest then? 03453 00 9956.
The new Police and Crime Commissioner for the West Midlands, David Jameson.
And it would be right that any public organisation reflected the diversity.
I'm not having that at all. It's not that, is it? It's for the best person for the best job.
A new champion for the West Midlands.
Release of Mozambique. Humiliation for the West Midlands Police Force.
It's very unfortunate.
You've got a question now that you want to put to the Police and Crime Commissioner of what are you going to do about this?
Yeah, well, I'm very sorry that Martin is having this particular problem.
A new hero for mid-mornings.
That is your message to the victims' families. You need compelling new evidence.
The case is not closed.
Unless there's compelling new evidence.
The case is open.
Danny Kelly, weekdays from 9.
BBC WM
95.6.
So what do you reckon? 58 is apparently... And how do they work these things out? I guess they ask lots of people. Survey, isn't it? 58 is when we are at our most content. We're at our most stressed at 35 because you're juggling kids and careers and mortgages and things like that. Well, is that true? Is that true in your instance? 03453 00 9956. Frederica Roberts is the happiness speaker and joins me now. Afternoon, Frederica.
Good afternoon.
Does
Iain.
this kind of tally with what you may have noticed as you've gone around the world that we're most stressed at 35 and we're most content at 58?
Well, let me just say first of all that I'm not 58 yet.
Oh, you've got a long way to go, I'm guessing.
I've got a little while to go, yes. I'm 42, so...
I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm 41 and it's all downhill from here, I think.
No. I'm sure it's not. You see, I found, certainly from my own experience, first of all, that actually, as I have got older, I've felt happier, I've been calmer. In fact, somebody told me just today that I was a very patient person, and that's the last thing I ever expected anybody to say to me, because I've never been patient, so maybe that is age creeping in and making changes. But I think looking around as well, and you've touched on some of those things, as we get older, I think we have fewer of the worries that perhaps we have earlier on in our careers. We're not on that manic rat race of trying to establish ourselves, having a mortgage to pay, young children to look after, and all of that. By the age of 58, most of us have hopefully got a good career behind us, and unfortunately probably still an awful lot of it ahead of us. But our children have probably left the nest, and we might well have paid off our mortgages. And whilst money doesn't buy happiness, being financially secure certainly makes us feel a lot more calm and certainly more contented if we don't have to worry about how we're going to pay the bills from month to month. So I think those certainly play a part.
It's part of it. I've had, it's not midlife crisis, but when I kind of turned 40 and I've got two little boys, I've really started to question my mortality and think, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to be around forever. And it's kind of only just dawning on me. And I've spoken to lots of friends, older and younger, who say that they've had the same thing. They kind of turn 40, 42, 43, and they question their mortality. And then they get through it. Is it at 58, people are kind of accept the fact that, actually, do you know what? We're going to die. Let's enjoy ourselves.
Well, there could well be part of that. I mean, I'm hoping that most of us, by the time we get to 58, are still a fair way away from that particular point in time. But it's, I think, being aware of your mortality, but also particularly being aware of just what matters in life. I think that's the big thing. You know, one of the big contributors to happiness, contentment, whatever you want to call it, is actually being appreciative of what you have rather than constantly moaning about what you don't have. And I think as we get older, and yes, we become more aware of our own mortality, of our friends' mortality, our parents and all of that, but we have more life experience in general. And I think that makes us more appreciative of the things that we have in life and what actually really matters, and all those things like family, relationship and all of that, you know, that are perhaps more important than the things that we worry unnecessarily about when we're younger.
Federico, just going off on a very slight tangent, just if you don't mind, you're the happiness speaker, so you go around giving motivational talks to people.
Yes, I do presentations, keynotes and workshops.
And you make your living, you get paid for this?
Yes.
That is brilliant. Fair play. I'm one of those people who kind of, I look at my job from time to time and think, I've landed on my feet doing this. I get paid for this. Do you do the same thing? We're in quite privileged positions, aren't we? We're quite lucky.
Absolutely. I was in a school yesterday and I was running a happiness masterclass with a group of 17-year-olds, and we had such a giggle. In fact, I had to do a video when I got home because it was they were just laughing so much. And I got home and I thought, you know, I get paid for this, but I'm sure I've come back more energised than they were.
It's nuts, isn't it? Frederica, we've landed on our feet, you and I, and we should be grateful for that. Thank you so much. Frederica Roberts, the happiness speaker.
My name is Ali, nice to meet you, can I tell you, baby? Look around, there's a whole lot of pretty ladies, but none like you, you shine so bright. Yeah, I was wondering if you and me could spend a minute on the floor up close, getting lost in it. I won't give up without a fight. But let your hands go down, but go with it, girl. Yeah, just close your eyes. Yeah, I feel the music moving through your body. Looking at you, I can tell you want me. Don't stop, keep going till the morning light. Yeah, when I saw you there, sitting all alone in the dark, acting like you didn't have to care. I knew right then you'd be mine, and we'd be dancing the whole damn
So, this is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. If you call up, you'll get to speak to producer Joe. There's a bonus, huh? There's an encouragement to call in. What have we got? I've got loads of texts, which I'll do after the news. What have we got to talk about? So far, your secret, slightly odd crushes. Me, it was Cherie Blair. Now it's Samantha Cameron. We can talk about that. Angela Rippon, at the age of 70, in leathers. Does anybody look good in leathers? Really? And don't make this a, perv off for a load of weird blokes that we've had so far. And also, 58? That's when you're most content? Really? Right, let's get the travel news. Who's on travel?
It's Adam.
Adam, away you go, boss.
The M40 northbound, junction 16 up to the M42 link is starting to slow. It's slow going around Sheldon, actually, for the A45 Coventry Road. That's slowing up towards the Weechie from Eagle Court. No problems for you elsewhere on the A45, and just a little busy for you around the Five Ways Island in and out of Birmingham onto the Hagley Road. It's busy on the A41 through Soho from Lascelles onto Handsworth. So expect to lay out towards the M5 at junction 1, which is also slowing up from junction 2 at Albury all the way up towards the M6 link. The M6 in itself, though, moves well. Not seeing any big problems for you on public transport. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel on 08453 002288.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, let's get the news, shall we?
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
BBC WM 95.6.
A man's won a second miscarriage of justice appeal connected with an investigation carried out by the West Midlands Police Serious Crime Squad in the 1970s. It's the second time he's successfully challenged the credibility of officers from the force. West Midlands Police say they note the decision. 4 men have been charged with plotting a terror attack in London. Scotland Yard say the men, all in their 20s, allegedly swore an allegiance to the Islamic State group. Ebola screening is to start at Birmingham Airport, but there's no confirmation on when. The Chief Executive of the Public Health England has made the announcement. Screening is already in place at Heathrow for passengers arriving from the worst affected West African countries. And one of the region's biggest mental health trusts has admitted it doesn't have enough beds to cope with demand. Birmingham and Solihull Mental Health Trust says it's even had to send patients as far afield as Brighton and Carlisle. Looking at the weather, mostly dry with bright sunny spells through the afternoon, clouding over with showers this evening though. Highs of 17 degrees Celsius, that's 63 degrees Fahrenheit.
The Voice. The Voice. The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country. BBC WM 95.6.
Sorry, Rob. I was I was fiddling with my knob, and just everything went completely screwy in the studio, and I couldn't hear anything. That's why it was perhaps the worst introduction to you, and your microphone was off for at least half of that broadcast.
It's quite all right.
But
I'll forgive you.
I've got to say, you handled that really, really well. You've passed the first test of the day. Let's see you get on with the rest of it. Thank you very much indeed, Rob Mayer. Morning, afternoon. This is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. Your secret, slightly odd crushes, please. 03453 009956. And also, will you admit to? Can we get a man who's not a biker? Can we find a man who admits to owning a pair of leather trousers? Or indeed, leather chaps? And we're also talking about age. 58 is when you're at your most content. 35 is when you're most stressed. Let's go to Patrick in Marston Green. Afternoon, Pat.
How are you, mate?
Pat, what you got?
The comment you made about going to 40.
Yeah.
I mean, I am 58 at the moment.
Oh, you should be... Is this the most content you've ever been?
I've been content for a good few years, but when I turned 40...
Yeah.
It affected my sleep, it affected my work, I was stressed, I worried, I was frightened to go to sleep in case I didn't wake up. I have never in my life had... What you were saying about you realise or you look at your mortality, I thought my mortality was coming before I was 41.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it really scared me. Don't know why, got no logical reason for it, but it scared me to death.
Did you pass through that, though?
Right,
are you out the other side now?
Oh, well, it lasted for about 3-4 months. But I cannot tell you why. I'll sit here now and I laugh about it. My wife texted Mickey out of it over me, like, coming to 58, hit 50, didn't care. Coming up to 60, looking forward to it.
This is what I think is a great unspoken thing, Patrick, because I felt, it was just after I turned 40, Well, yeah, around about there. I felt flipping miserable, and I just was thinking, I've achieved nothing in life. I'm worthless. I'm going to die one day, and it turns out through speaking to friends, this is actually quite a common thing. Yeah. I don't know if it's common for women. I think it might be a men's thing. Is it common?
I had a big birthday party on the Saturday night. Loved the party. Fantastic time. Sunday morning. I don't know what it was.
And maybe, I don't know if...
Somebody threw a bucket of sorrow over me, that's the truth.
Well, and maybe this is why. And I guess this kind of stuff should be talked about, because no one ever told me growing up, yeah, by the way, when you get to about 40, 41, you're going to feel like death. But don't worry, you'll pass through it. Might take a few months, might even take a couple of years, but you'll get through it.
I've spoken to guys about it in the past and recently, and someone says, no problem with 40. Coming up to 50, that they actually suffered at 50 what I suffered at 40. I suffered, went through. It wasn't a suffering, it was silliness. But they went through the same at 50. They had no issues with 40, but they hit 50.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, listen, this is a weird thing, and I've never said this before, right? I'm 41 now, Patrick, right? When I was 17, I had a premonition I was going to die in a car crash at the age of 42.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. And I remember being convinced of it, and I'd sort of forgotten it until the last couple of years. I'm thinking,
no.
I've got up to 42 now.
I look at my mum and I look at my dad. My dad's 82 and he's a moaning old Irish sod. I love him to bits. And he moaned. And I think to myself, dear God, let me reach that. I don't mind the moaning.
Yeah, well, if I get that age, I'm going to be so miserable. I'm going to get a walking stick that's too short for me and point it at kids at bus stops.
I'm going to get a walking stick with a nail on the end and poke people.
Blimey, Patrick, thank you very much indeed. I am quite worried. Not worried. No, I am worried. I'll tell you why. I had this premonition at 17. I was going to die in a car crash at 42. I really bought into it because I was into all of that nonsense at that age. Then I forgot about it. Then I got to about 38, 39 and it kind of popped up in my head. And I'm going to be 42 next year. And it's kind of on me a little bit. And it could become one of those self-fulfilling prophecies where if I believe about it enough, it might actually happen. I'll be driving at the age of 42. Well, I don't break any speeding laws, and I certainly do not use my mobile phone when I'm driving. But I could be driving along at, it'd be like June the 10th, so it's the day after I've turned 42, right? And I'll be having a little drive along, and I'll be thinking, blimey, I've got to be careful. I've got to be so careful. Ah! And that could happen. 03453 009956. Alan's on the line. Afternoon, Alan.
Hiya, Ian.
Yeah, what you got for us?
Ian, I turned 60 last week.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I've noticed that 3 things happen to you when you turn 60.
Here we go.
1, you start to lose your memory. And, I can't remember the other 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Alan. 03453. I knew it was coming, but I still enjoyed it. 03453 009956 is the telephone number. Wearing leathers? Well, getting older seems to be the current theme of the day. And here's something. Have you ever punched someone? And when I say punch, I mean like really kind of, smacked them one. Give them a knuckle sandwich. 03453 009956. Joe, put your phone back on the hook. Joe, put your phone back on the hook. Now! Afternoon. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. You listened to the instruction, Joe. You put your phone down on the receiver correctly. We were able to call you back. And now, what wisdom do you have to impart to the listeners to BBC WM 95.6, sir?
It's and the Iain on the what it was hands. You know, I had it down by the table.
Okay, gosh. Well,
Yeah.
in many ways, perhaps it wasn't worth you picking it up. Right.
No, I didn't switch it off.
You're silly sausage, aren't you, Joe?
Yeah, it's 84 today.
What?
84 today.
You're 84 years old today?
Yeah.
Hey, flippin' heck, Joe. Well, this doesn't. I don't normally do this. The next hour and 20 minutes of radio is dedicated to you. It's your show, Joe. Where do you want us to go?
Yeah, please yourself, finally. It's up to you.
Beautiful. Well, that's what
and
I
I'll
like.
take the tablets and go with you.
Yeah, well, no, hang on a second. I'm not in any way suggesting that you and I go to Dignitas. That's not on the cards.
No, Disneyland.
No, well, hey, wouldn't it be awful if you got
Yeah.
Disneyland and Dignitas
I don't
mixed
want
up?
to go to Paris one. I want to go to the American one.
I went to the Paris one this year with my boys and my wife, right? And the staff at Euro Disney, and if anyone's been there, you'll know this. They're the most miserable people in the world. They're so... Whereas I've never been to the American Disneyland, but I'm sure that they're bending over backwards to serve you and help you. The staff... Can I get a coffee, please? Huh? Un café, s'il vous plaît? Oh, don't have no coffee. You have to come back later. I'm having a smoke. Hey guys, they're so rude. And that's just Mickey Mouse.
They don't like us, Ian. That's the trouble.
They don't like it up 'em, do they, Joe?
I was in France, Ian, and we come over on the boat with the lads.
Was it... Well, hang on, when you say came over on the boat with the lads, was this D-Day?
No. We was on holiday, and and they run down we couldn't exchange our money on the boat, so we waited till 6 to went to the coffee house.
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you change pound notes?" She said, "The bloody table went off as quick as lightning.
Oh, blimey.
Teapot, everything went off. No. And I said, oh, blow. So we had to wait for cooks to open.
Oh, Joe.
That was when I was in my 50s.
Right, well, I tell you what, as a protest to that, I suggest that all listeners to this station boycott France and all of its products.
Oh, they're miserable devils.
Yeah, they're miserable.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe, what have you called in for? The show is now yours, so you can do what you want. If you want to sing a song, tell a story, it's up to you.
No, it's all right, Ian. I'd like to say I'm happy as I am, Ian.
Good lad. Were you happy at Hello?
I just go along like see me mates in town when I'm shopping, Ian.
Yeah.
And we have they say, how are you, Josh? I'm still taking the tablets. I said, okay, we laugh it off.
Were you your happiest at 58, Joe? What age were you your happiest at?
I'm more happier now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly, and I'm not kidding you.
Oh.
I'm on my own now, women to moan at me.
Yeah, tell me about it, brother.
You know, where you been, what you been doing.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Just put me scooter in the garage and say goodnight to you in the morning, sweetheart, and then I'll come and cook me dinner.
Your scooter?
Yeah, I'm on a scooter and I've got arthritis in my leg.
When you say a scooter, do you mean like a moped or do you mean like one of those electric buggies?
Electric ones with the hood on.
What like the old people's buggy?
On the footpath.
Oh, good. You don't go on the road with those, do you, Joe?
Yeah.
No, mate.
Yeah, it's 15 miles an hour,
No, don't go on the road with those, Joe. You're a pain.
Nah, you're all right. If you die, you die. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, but if you die and it's me that takes you out, I'm going to live with that guilt.
No, Now you won, Ian.
Hey, Joe,
Keep plugging along and enjoy your family like I did.
Two questions, and then we'll let you go and enjoy your birthday. First question, do you own any leather?
I've got a leather coat. I've very rarely used it, though, Ian.
Do you ever just wear the leather coat and nothing else?
No.
Okay. And have you ever, and I know the answer to this question is going to be yes, have you ever punched either a man or an animal?
No.
Oh.
No, because I work permanent nights for the council, Ian.
You can still punch people at night. And by the way, we're not condoning violence. I'm just, maybe there was a...
No, I just kept myself to myself.
Hey, Joe.
Because it ain't worth it, Ian, today.
What are you doing for the rest of your birthday, Joe?
Me, I'm just getting my dinner ready. I opened a bottle of sherry to celebrate.
Bless you.
And then I've been up to my sons and had a good chat with them, played with my grandchildren.
Yeah.
And that, and I'm quite happy now.
Joe, enjoy the rest.
I'm going to grate the cheese.
Oh, yeah. Is that a euphemism?
Pardon?
You're actually going to grate cheese?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm going to, after I have my chicken, I'm going to have put some grated cheese on it.
Chicken and cheese?
Yeah, beautiful, and that's why it's beautiful.
Chicken and cheese?
Yeah.
Chicken and cheese?
Yes, chicken and cheese. It's lovely.
Chicken and cheese?
Yeah. Try it.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, listen, happy birthday, mate. Have a good one.
Yeah, and you, Ian.
Thank you, fella. There we go. Right, the show is dedicated to Joe. If you want to come on... Dave, you got to say happy birthday to Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Good lad, Dave. Now, what can we do for you?
I've got to agree with the woman who was first on, Ian. You know, we need you on this station more, mate.
David, I'm a very, very lazy man, and my commitments to MI5, I've said it out loud, mean I'm unable to be here more than 2 days a week. Listen, if I was on every day, Dave, you'd hate me. You'd hate me. Now I'm only on 2 days a week. Beautiful.
Ian, you and Danny Kelly are the best presenters on this station, right?
Well, I know that.
I mean, I'm getting to a stage where I hate Danny Kelly. Well, you can understand that, can't you, mate?
Oh,
You can understand it with Danny Kelly, like.
You can't hate Danny Kelly.
No, but I don't. I just said, mate, you and Danny Kelly are the best two presenters on this station.
There you go.
That's why we need you on more, mate.
Dave, you're very kind. You're incorrect. Of course, there are a whole host of excellent presenters on this station. I'm a big fan of Molly's. Do you listen to Molly at the weekend?
I do, yeah. Just before you come on, I'm on my way to work when she's on, mate.
She's good, Molly, isn't she?
I'm not knocking everyone else, but I'm just saying, when it comes to your favourites, you and Danny Kelly are the top of the tree.
You're very, very kind, Dave. What have you got for us?
Well, that was really all I wanted to say.
All right, I'm going to run through a couple of questions. Do you own any leather clothes?
No.
Have you ever punched a man or an animal?
No.
How old are you?
51.
Oh, 51. So you've got a while to go yet. Are you getting happier the older you get?
No, I'll tell you what, though, Ian, right? When I get, 30-year-olds saying to me, I'm getting really old and I feel depressed because I'm 30, I'm thinking to myself, well, I wish I was 30 again, do you know what I mean, Ian?
What was the best age for you?
I don't know, I'm in mid-20s probably.
Yeah, I was 24 once, Dave. Imagine that, I was 24 years old once.
It's hard to believe, mate. I can't believe that.
Dave, nice to talk to you. Thank you very much. 03453 009956.
On Inside Out, we go undercover in Staffordshire to expose the road garages helping motorists break the law.
It's quite shocking. What they're doing is encouraging other people to break the law. They're breaking the law themselves. You're committing an offence.
And as we step into winter, we investigate the growing number of sinkholes.
We've disturbed the ground beneath us. We've made a cavity, we've excavated it. People have estimated there's probably at least 10,000 unrecorded mine shafts potentially trying to work their way to the surface. And we'll have a geological time.
That's all on Inside Out. Monday, 7:30 on BBC One.
Oh, yes, I have got some texts. Simon, I'm going to read some texts.
Go on, then.
Can you say happy birthday to Joe? He's 84 years old.
Oh, happy birthday, Joe. Fair play, mate.
If he's have you ever heard of chicken and cheese?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like a Brummie dish that I've missed out on?
Oh, I'm no Brummie.
What are you?
I'm Black Country, mate.
You sound exactly the same.
Yeah, whatever.
I know that it winds you lot up if you say
maybe to be uneducated like yourself.
And Simon, boy oh boy, am I very uneducated. Right, let me do some of these. My weird... There we go. Paul in Wolverhampton. Talking weird crushes, Simon. My weird crush will always be Moira Stewart. They're all deviants that are texting. There's something about the older female newsreader that gives one a quiver, I've said. Perhaps it works on a subliminal dominatrix level. Chris says, my crush is Anne Robinson, a very sexy lady who could use leather on me any time.
Oh, yes, I like that, man.
Yeah, I've been on The Weakest Link. I won it. I beat Jim Bowen. And there is something about Anne Robinson.
Yeah, definitely. Anne Robinson.
Nigella Lawson is my secret crush. She raises my pastry. I don't think that's too weird a crush, Nigella Lawson. She's quite conventionally... Oh, here we go. Si says, talking of crushes, mine were Maggie Thatcher. Oh, is this you?
That's me. That's me.
Is this you?
Thatcher. Yeah, Margaret Thatcher, right?
Yeah.
Anne Robinson,
yeah.
And for some weird reason, which I can't even comprehend myself, was Janet Street Porter.
Now, okay, again...
But I'm weird.
No, I've met Janet Street Porter, right.
Really?
She
Pass
has
my number on.
She has an aura about her.
She does.
She does. She's not conventionally attractive, but she has a powerful aura about her.
It's like what you say. It's a power thing. I mean, look, Margaret Thatcher.
That's a bit.
She must have been a dominatrix, you know.
All right, guys, can we listen? We've got kids are coming out of school now. Let's keep it clean.
Look at her husband's face, mate. I mean, that was slapped a few times, I'm sure.
Can I just? Well, it's been nice working here. Bye. Can I just say another weird crush of mine? Not now, 10, 15 years ago. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Edwina Curry.
Oh, what? Just call me John Major. Oh, dear.
Simon, you've called in about my driving, have you?
Well, yeah, your dream, wasn't it? At 42, was it? You're going to snuff it in a car accident,
My premonition at 17 was exactly that. I was going to snuff it in a car accident at 42, yes. I'm 1 year away from that.
Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when you was on the M25 or whatever it was and somebody was following you and they cut you up and you flashed them and you carried on down the road?
Yeah.
Using your mobile phone whilst driving on the motorway, pretending to take photos of them.
I was defending...
Yes, you are going to die in a car accident.
I was protecting my life.
Yeah,
that was a self-defense. Yeah. That was a self-defense manoeuvre, Si. And I do not condone the use of mobile phones in cars. I would never normally do it. The phone wasn't switched on. I was just pretending to film these thugs who wanted to batter me.
They wouldn't have done anything.
Hey, here we go, Simon. Here's a text here. This kind of takes us off in a nice little... If we had a Venn diagram, this would be like a little section all on its own. Ian from South Staffs, right? My secret crush was the princess off of Battle of the Planets in the 80s. It may have been a cartoon, but I was a hormone-filled teen at the time. Were there any... I think this is quite common for people to fancy cartoons.
I don't know. I've never done that.
Jessica Rabbit?
No.
Oh, come on. The caramel...
I knew you was going to bring that one up.
The caramel bunny?
I knew, yes, that's just the voice, isn't it? It's not the bloody rabbit.
She was... That was a hot rabbit.
I've got to go. I've got a customer.
Thank you, Simon. Cartoons that you fancied. I had a friend... and I can't remember... his name was Wayne, but I can't remember the name. He fancied the woman, and I use that term very loosely, from Thundercats. Can't remember what she was called. There was a woman in it, and he was obsessed with her. Obsessed with her. The rabbit from the Cadbury's cream caramel thing was a hot rabbit. Yes, it was Miriam Margolyes doing the voice, but it was a sultry rabbit. 0345... I know... Sorry? Chitara, thank you so much, Chitara from Thundercats. Thank you. 03453 009956. There's a nice niche that we can explore. Cartoon characters that you found. Is it a bloke thing? Because girls are too sensible. I say girls are too sensible. They like One Direction. Is it a bloke thing to fancy? Because when you're 12, 13, 14, there is a rush of hormones to, all different extremities, shall we say. And you kind of, I remember being a teenager and seeing shop dummies and thinking, what? Is it a boys' thing to fancy cartoon characters? 03453 009956. You can email as well if you like, ian.lee@bbc.co.uk. Oh, it's these Beatles.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Caroline Martin, who's on before me, I like her. I've got a few problems with her, though. I do have a few issues. She doesn't like the Beatles. She doesn't like the Beatles. What cruel thing happened to her in her childhood? What dream catcher came and stole part of her soul? Everybody likes the Beatles, don't they? I'm always suspicious of people who say, "Oh no, I don't like the Beatles." Nah, I don't like the Beatles. How could you not like the Beatles? They did so many different things. Of course you must like the Beatles. 03453 009956. I've got some texts here. Kelly Hoppen from John. Who's Kelly Hoppen? I don't know who Kelly Hoppen is. Well, I'll Google it during the news. And Jay and Dudley. Iain, how about this new craze, twoobing? You often speak about your large man breasts, and I just wondered if you'd tried it. Now, I suspect I've given out some secret, horrible, offensive sexual code there. Twoobing? And I don't speak about my large man breasts. I've not got large man breasts. I mean, you know, as you get older, things develop. But I wouldn't say they were particularly... Have I got large man breasts?
Yes.
Marie in Tamworth says, I liked He-Man. Oh no, Craig says Thelma from Scooby-Doo. Craig, are you sure you're not thinking about Daphne? Because Daphne was hot. Thelma was let's just say I don't think she'd be that interested in you. Yeah, the glasses. He also liked Dorian off Birds of a Feather. Yeah, there was, yes. The nanny off Count Duckula. Mandy says, my crush is Optimus Prime. You lot are weird. My weird crushes, says Jay, Gillian Tailforth and Lisa Tarbuck. I can see the Lisa Tarbuck. Right. We have the travel now, don't we? Yes, I do apologise. I'm all over the shop today, Adam.
Oh, well.
I know. Away you go, boss. Take your time.
At the M5 northbound, junction to Albury up towards the M6 link, that's looking a little slow. No problems on the southbound side. The M42 is moving steadily and not seeing any major delays on the Aston Expressway in and out of Birmingham as yet. Quite busy around the Five Ways Island already, though, and expect delay if you're heading on the A34 Lichfield Road through from Bloxwich towards Walsall, looking a little heavy going there. To update me, 08453 00 2288.
Waking up the West Midlands with the latest news, sport, weather and travel updates. Pete Morgan at Breakfast is back Monday morning from 6.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
BBC WM 95.6.
It's 3 o'clock. We'll have more of your weird cartoon crushes and have you ever punched a man or a dog. But before that, let's get the news. Here's Rob Mayer.
Good afternoon. A terminally ill man has won a second miscarriage of justice appeal connected with the disbanded West Midlands Police Serious Crime Squad. 70-year-old Martin Foran from Manchester has had 4 convictions for robbery quashed and ruled unsafe. It comes after convictions for robbery and conspiracy to rob were overturned last year.
They knew I was innocent, and what is sad for me at my age, no police officer will be charged. What about the lives they destroyed? My children had to grow up without a father. My wife had to survive without a husband.
Martin will be live on BBC WM after 4 o'clock this afternoon. 4 men are due to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court this afternoon, charged with preparing to carry out terror attacks after a series of arrests over the last 2 weeks. The men are accused of swearing allegiance to Islamic State, obtaining a handgun and preparing for several attacks in Britain. The Labour MP for Perry Barr has told BBC WM that a cloud is hanging over Birmingham Children's Services after the council's new head of department quit during her induction period. Bernadette McNally was appointed in August and was due to start the role formally in November. She hasn't given a reason for leaving the job. The medical charity Médecins Sans Frontières has said recent pledges of help and deployments of personnel to West Africa have not yet had any impact on the Ebola epidemic. The charity said it was ridiculous that its volunteers were still bearing the brunt of the care in the 3 worst affected countries of Sierra Leone, Liberia and Guinea. Meanwhile, screening of passengers is to start at Birmingham Airport, though it's not been confirmed when that will begin. A mental health patient who contemplated suicide on a railway track at Solihull Station says he wasn't admitted to a hospital bed when he felt he desperately needed one. Birmingham and Solihull Mental Health Trust admits it has fewer beds than most and that its beds are 100% full, but says it will always find someone a bed if necessary. But Daniel Harris, who's previously thought of taking his own life, says he feels abandoned by mental health services.
I've had mental illness a very long time. I want to help other people in my situation and myself. I don't want anyone to kill themselves because of the way the mental health have treated them, because they're not treating them properly.
And Oscar Pistorius is to be sentenced on Tuesday for killing his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp. A court in Pretoria has heard closing arguments in the case. Barry Rue, who represents the athlete, called for a community-based sentence instead of prison. The prosecution is insisting Pistorius should be jailed for a minimum of 10 years. Looking at the weather, clouding over as we head into this evening. Some outbreaks of rain, highs of 17 Celsius, 63 Fahrenheit. Tonight will be windy. It will stay cloudy with outbreaks of rain at times. Feeling mild for the time of year, though. Lows of 13 Celsius, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. BBC WM 95.6 News. There's more online at bbc.co.uk/WM.
Rob, you've got a beard. And
yes.
That strikes me as an indicator that you might be the type of person that at some point in your life has fancied cartoon characters.
Well, do you know, the one I can remember from at school would be Lara Croft.
Oh, no, I'm not... Oh, God, I'm not going to allow that, technically,
Okay.
because she's a video game character. That's a whole different phone-in. But, of course, as when the first Tomb Raider game came out, didn't we all like to make her walk into the wall and go, ow, no, ow. We all did that. I want a proper cartoon. Oh, for goodness.
Sorry, I'm...
Out.
I'm going.
Go on.
I'm going.
Go.
I'm going. I'm gone.
Go. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kids these days.
Iain Lee.
On BBC WM.
95.6.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
Who was, Wilma? Was it Wilma? No, not Fred's wife, Barney Rubble's wife. Who was Barney Rubble's wife? Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, we're doing that awful thing of thinking about old kids' programmes. I don't normally do that, but indulge me. Barney Rubble's wife, she had black hair that was in a ponytail, and she was, hot to trot is putting it mildly. Oh, Betty! That was it, Betty! 03453 009956. Afternoon, this is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6, here every Friday between 2 and 4, and every Saturday between 9 and 12. Boy, oh boy, we've got some good stories to talk about tomorrow. What links John Grisham and Jamie Oliver? Well, if you're listening tomorrow, you'll find out, and I'm sure you'll want to have your say on that. But today, it's a real hodgepodge of stuff that we're talking about. It all started... It's all Angela Rippon's fault. It's all Angela Rippon's fault, dressing up in her leathers at the age of 70. Nobody looks good in leathers, do they? 03453 009956. We've had a few suggestions. Susie Quattro, The Fonz, Tucker Jenkins. Yeah, I'll buy those. Nobody else. That then went on to your slightly weird crushes. After I confessed when I was younger, I had a little thing. There's more to that sentence. For Angela Rippon. And also Sam Cam and Cherie Blair. And then we've gone on to cartoons that you fancy. 03453 009956. And somewhere in there we've talked about getting older, turning 40, being 58 is the most content in your life, and that midlife crisis is a really lazy phrase, but it kind of sums it up. I think I had a midlife crisis when I turned 40. Not in that I went and bought motorbikes and copped off with a 17-year-old girl, but I just was really questioning... Oh, man, doesn't this sound pretentious? I was questioning the meaning of existence, the futility of it all. They don't tell you that's what it's about when you're young. I think they should warn you. 03453 009956 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call on any of those things, or if you just fancy having a chat. We already had a call from Joe, who's 84 today. Happy birthday, Joe. He's cracking up a bottle of sherry. He's having chicken and cheese. Can someone explain to me the recipe for chicken? Is it just chicken and you grate cheese on it and then you put it in the oven? Is that it sounds effective, doesn't it? If someone can explain that to me. I mean, cheese goes with anything. The best thing to have cheese with, digestive biscuit. Strong cheddar, none of your fancy foreign cheeses. Strong British cheddar on a digestive bit of butter on there if you're feeling... no marmalade, no. Onion marmalade, yeah, maybe. I just like to keep it pure and simple. 03453 009956. Hey, Halloween's coming up. My boys are well excited about Halloween. It was nothing when I was a kid. Now it's a big deal. Halloween always been an occasion to be inventive, but have retailers taken their creativity too far? There are some pretty odd costumes available to get. Lynn Stevens runs the Events Fancy Dress in Cannock. Afternoon, Lynn.
Afternoon.
So you run a fancy dress shop?
I do, yes.
How long you been doing that for?
I'm relatively new to it, to be honest, but we have took over an existing business.
Yeah.
Finding it very exciting.
Is it good fun?
Oh, it is, yes. I mean, I only did a day in the shop to cover for someone, and I really enjoyed it, and seem to have a knack for dressing people.
Oh, blimey, Lynn.
Yeah.
Now, there has been... What are some of the weirder outfits you've got?
Oh, there's one where it's a coffin and Dracula lying in it, and you actually walk around with a coffin.
Hey, I like
There's
that.
up at the back.
Yeah.
So if you go out and have a good time, you could go up the corner and have a little sleep.
Have a little doze, yeah.
Yeah. And we've got Chucky's very popular this year. With Chucky's Bride and the Lady Chucky.
Have you got any... There are these outfits that are causing a little bit of controversy because of the Ebola crisis. These hazmat outfits, so the gas masks, the kind of rubber gloves, the yellow coverall hazmat suits. Are you doing those?
No, I'm not. It's a bit of a dicey subject, isn't it, really, because it's frightening a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. What do you think about those shops? And I think you can get them online and Amazon and places. What do you think about the places that do sell those suits? Is it a bit tasteless or is it just a bit of fun?
I think it will be a bit of fun, but not at the moment, because a lot of people are quite scared of it at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think I fancy getting one in yet. After it's all done, maybe it'd be something to look at.
Because I've been really scratching my head about this Ebola thing, right? I hope that's not a symptom. No, there was a fella last week who got kicked off a plane because he sneezed and said he had a bit of Ebola. And the more I think about it, and I know... do I say this and get in trouble? Yeah, I will. I know lots of people are dying and it's very serious and this is not to demean it at all, but we make jokes about things, don't we, in this country? And I found myself the other day saying to a friend of mine, "Oh, I think I've got a bit of Ebola." And I mean, is that a really tasteless joke?
Yeah, we all do it.
We
all
do, don't
we,
we, Lynn?
Yes, we do. And we do make fun of everything, but it's just because it's here at the moment. Like I say, maybe.
Hey, there was that craze as well a couple of years back, and I'm sure you weren't part of this, for Jimmy Savile outfits. They were being sold online. I think you can still get them on eBay and stuff. A lot of the other retailers have pulled them, but people were dressing up as Jimmy Savile.
They are, yeah, and Halloween Jimmy Savile have been asked for it.
What's a Halloween Jimmy Savile?
Yeah, there's a Halloween Jimmy Savile, which I do think is quite tasteless.
So what's different about a Halloween Jimmy Savile then?
They just put blood on it and that and just whip it a bit. Because he's a ghost now, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, I suppose he would be, wouldn't
Jimmy
he?
Savile.
He's a ghost, isn't he? I hadn't thought that.
So.
And you don't sell those?
But to be honest, I've still got some boxes to unpack and I think we might just have some Jimmy Savile.
And would you sell those, if you know, to get rid of them?
I don't know. I have to go with what customers want.
I suppose so.
Yeah,
it's interesting, isn't it? And this isn't a judgment at all, Lynn. I'm really pleased that you're talking to us. It's interesting. You wouldn't go for the Ebola, but you'd go for the Savile.
Because that's quieting down a bit now, hasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's going.
I suppose, the one of Britain's most prolific paedophiles, that is going down a little bit, isn't it, really? It's kind of faded a bit. You must... Do you ever get any... I've got to phrase this carefully, because there are children listening. Any kinky requests?
Not at the moment, no. I've had a couple of odd people in here, though.
Go on, what in what way odd?
Well, they come in and they keep stroking this Mike Myers mask I've got, trying it on constantly.
Mike Myers, that's from the Halloween, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're just fascinated, and they speak American. And I said, where are you from? America. This is no, we're from Yorkshire. And they've developed this American accent. And I'm just thinking that they sit watching horror films every night. And they're actually walking around with a proper claw off Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Love, and it's real.
Oh, flipping heck.
And they're lovely to have in here, but they're too frightening me a little bit, to be honest.
Someone coming in and stroking the mask from Halloween and speaking in a pretend American accent. That is a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but they keep coming in constantly and they're just fascinated by this mask. I feel like giving it them.
Well, why they don't buy it?
Because we don't sell the masks, we hire.
Oh, I see, you only hire.
But if I had a few, I would give them one and say, can you take this then?
Yeah, take this and jog on, fella.
Well, they paid £75 for this glove and they're only like 13.
Oh, flipping it. How often does this fella come in?
Oh, well, I did tell him. I says, my son's coming back in a minute and he'll go mad because you're not spending any money.
Oh.
So I haven't seen him for a few days, but they've come in every day for 2 weeks to try stuff on and take photos.
Would you let them do that? I would say jog on, chances. Either rent something or get out of here.
I've got so much patience. It comes with the business, you know.
Lynn,
I feel a bit sorry for him.
Yeah. Lynn, you've been such a good sport. Why don't you give the shop a plug? Tell us exactly where it is.
Event Fancy Dress, Cannock Road, Chadsmore. We've got hundreds and thousands of outfits, so come along and have a look.
When the shop's shut, final question, when the shop's shut and you've turned the open sign round to closed and the shutters are drawn and the doors are locked, the bolts are on, do you ever dress up and run around like a lunatic?
My daughter does, but I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do it for Halloween.
Lynn, thank you very much indeed. What a good sport. Lynn, people like you, we need more of them. 03453 00 9956. Interesting, isn't it? She wouldn't do the Ebola outfits, the hazmat suits, but she'd do the Jimmy Savile because that's dying down a bit. Britain's most prolific paedophile, that's dying down a bit. 03453 00 9956. Let's have a frank conversation, OK? Is there anything wrong with dressing up in a hazmat suit, pretending you're an Ebola doctor? And would you ever dress up in a dead Jimmy Savile costume? Afternoon, this is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. Can I just suggest, if you want to call now, it is the perfect time. 58, apparently, we're at our most content. 35, we're at our most stressed. And did you have a little wobble around your 40s? I did. Spoke to loads of my friends. They had a wobble where they were kind of questioning their existence. Fun times on a Friday, guys. 03453 009956. Anything wrong with dressing up in a hazmat suit for Halloween? You know the suits, the all-body suits that you see them wearing in the Ebola-stricken areas of West Africa. That's what people will be wearing and pretending they're... But you can imagine it, can't you? You're at a Halloween party and Steve turns up in a hazmat suit. I've just got to check your beautiful body to see if you're infected with the Ebola virus. Oh, Steve, stop it. Anything wrong with that? I don't think there is. I think, this is a really tough one, isn't it? How do I phrase this? I can't. So I'm going to phrase this in a really clumsy way that will probably sound quite offensive. It's not meant to be. I think it's okay to make jokes about Ebola. I think it's okay. Would I say the same about cancer and AIDS? Probably not, but there might be exceptions. Is that good enough? Not really. It's fudging it, isn't it? It's fudging it. Is it because it's so far away? Is it because it's not happening to us? Is it because there's very little chance of it happening to us? 03453 009956. And you heard from the official costumier for this show, who wouldn't sell the Ebola hazmat outfits, but would sell the Jimmy Savile ghost costumes, because he's a ghost now. She was right to point that out. He's a ghost now. I could imagine dressing up in a hazmat outfit, the full body suit and the gloves and the goggles. I could never imagine dressing up as Jimmy Savile, waggling the cigar and doing a now then, now then, now then. I couldn't imagine myself doing that. Sickened by that, or just a little bit of harmless fun? I remember about 6 months after the Jimmy Savile is a paedophile story broke, that there was a fete somewhere in the country. I can't remember where it was, right? And they're Carnival. And they had the floats going by. And so you got, like, the local estate agents have got a float, and the local, amateur choir have got the float. And there was a float that was had 3 or 4 blokes dressed up as Jimmy Savile. He's driving through the town. 3 or 4 blokes dressed up as Jimmy Savile, and 5 women dressed up as schoolgirls. Now, that's not appropriate, is it? Is it? 03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give me a call. We're also asking for your cartoon crushes. I've had a couple of emails here as well. Neil says, my wife has a crush on Eddie, the train engineer from Chuggington. I have boys aged 4 and 2. I know exactly what Chuggington is. It's an awful, awful computer-generated cartoon. And she fancied Eddie. Hey, speaking of awful computer-generated cartoons, have you seen the new Bob the Builder? Oh, flip it. That ain't Bob. It don't look like Bob, and it's not Bob's voice. I was forced to watch a significant portion of the new Postman Pat movie. Man alive. At no point in my life did I expect to be sat on a sofa with my 2.5-year-old son watching Postman Pat, and my son to go, "Look, Daddy, here come the killer robots." That's not Postman Pat. 03453 009956. And Steve says Lois Griffin is a right hottie from Family Guy. Yeah, I know what you mean. There are some scenes. Barry's in Tipton. Afternoon, Barry.
I'm in Great Bar, mate. I'm working.
No, Barry, it says on my screen you're in Tipton, so you're in Tipton. Barry's in Tipton. What have you got for us?
I've just had one of my African friends, mate. He's just come back off a holiday.
Yes.
And he can't stop buying raffle tickets.
Here we go.
And I think he's got a case of tombola.
Thank you very much indeed, Barry. Barry in Tipton. Now, we let that on because I thought that was an interesting case in point. It was a joke about Ebola. Wasn't the funniest joke. But that's all right, isn't it? Because Ebola does sound like tombola. And tombola is, I would imagine, a quintessentially English thing. We all have a bit of tombola, don't we? I bet they don't have tombola in America. I bet they don't. I wonder if there's anybody called Tombola. Mr. and Mrs. Bowler, why have you decided to call your son Thomas? You know... Oh, no! We hadn't thought! Oh, he's Tombola! No! Because you do that. When you're naming your kids, you do the abbreviated version, you do it with your surname. Does it work? What does it rhyme with? What will have a... There must be a Tombola, a Thomas Bowler somewhere. Mustn't there? Now, so we had that joke, in inverted commas, in italics. Tombola, Ebola. Why is it all right... And, OK, let's assume it's all right to make jokes about Ebola. You may disagree. 03453 009956. Why is it all right to make a joke about that, but not make a joke about, I don't know, AIDS? What's the difference? I know AIDS has been responsible for significant more deaths. But why? What's the difference? And I'm not saying phone up and come and do some cancer jokes. No, we don't want any of that. And that's probably enough Ebola jokes for the day. But why? It's weird, isn't it? 03453 009956.
Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Emily Sandé, Kylie Minogue, Chris Martin, and many more. Together for BBC Music. To find out more about BBC Music and to relive this magical performance, go to bbc.co.uk/music.
Matt's in Sedgley. Good afternoon, Matt.
Hello, Ian. I've got a bit of a bone to pick with you, Ian.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Right, you're saying everyone's wearing these hazmat suits as a sort of an Ebola prank or a joke. But I think it's more like people have watched the Breaking Bad series and they're doing they want to be Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. Oh,
Matt, do you know what? I take a step back and I bow my head ever so slightly to you. You've got a very good... For those not seen it, Breaking Bad, about this teacher that becomes he makes drugs, and of course he wears that suit. He wears the whole hazmat gear, doesn't he, with the mask and everything.
Yeah. So I think that's where you've seen that. That's more people are... Well, do you? Because
there will be some people, Matt. There will be some. If you Google Ebola suit, right, that's what comes up, the hazmat suit. So, there'll be a significant number of people who are being Walter White from the excellent Breaking Bad. But there will be some people who are dressing up as though they're a doctor in West Africa.
I'm sure there are, yeah, and I would question that, to be honest. I think that's a bit out of bad taste.
Tell me why you think it is, Matt, because... I know it is, but also I don't see a problem with it. I've got a real contradiction in my head.
I think it's because people are actually dying from it as we speak, and as we're talking about it on the radio, there are people dying of it, and it's... I don't think things like that should be jested with. More
people, I think I've got this right, and someone will correct me if I'm wrong. More people will die of the flu in America this year than will die of Ebola.
Well, that's a good fact.
And yet we're allowed to make jokes about the flu, aren't we?
Well, I suppose so, yeah. You've got a good point, Ian, as always.
Well, no, I'm not saying that to own you or anything. I'm saying this is life, guys. It's full of contradictions, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Matt, listen, thank you for reminding me of the excellent Breaking Bad. Joe, can you have a look at... I've heard that stat somewhere, that more people will die of flu in America or more people have died in flu in America this year than have died of Ebola. Something like that. And yet we make jokes about flu. We make jokes about whooping cough. We don't make jokes about it, but we could do if we needed to. 03453 009956.
I love the colourful clothes she wears and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair. I hear the sound of a gentle word on the wind that lifts her perfume through the air. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. Close my eyes. She's somehow closer now. Softly smile, I know she must be kind.
Oh, 3453 009956. Is there ever a costume that's too inappropriate to wear to a fancy dress party? Let's get the travel news now. Here's Adam Crowther.
It's quite busy if you're heading on the M40 northbound from junction 16 at Henley towards the M42 link. On the A42 northbound heading up towards the M1, so away from Tamworth, just after junction 13, there's a broken down vehicle blocking a lane. Quite busy for you on the M5 north, junction 2 at Albury to the M6 link. No problems for you on the Aston Expressway in and out of Birmingham. Quite busy around the Hagley Road though, to and from the Five Ways Island, and around Ladybrook Middleway there, also starting to slow. Through the Queensway Tunnel, so coping well. I'm not seeing any major delays for you around Dudley. Do just watch your step if you're heading in and out of Albrighton, the A41 Newport Road near to Worcester Road. Just near to RF Cosford, one lane closed due to roadworks. Temporary lights there are in place of the main set. And if you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel on 08453 002288.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country. BBC WM 95.6.
It's 3:30. Let's get the news. Is Rob Mayer.
Good afternoon. A terminally ill man has won a second miscarriage of justice appeal connected to the disbanded West Midlands Police Serious Crime Squad. 70-year-old Martin Foran from Manchester has 4 convictions for robbery quashed and ruled unsafe. It comes after some other convictions for robbery and conspiracy to rob were overturned last year. 4 men are appearing in Westminster Magistrates Court this afternoon, charged with preparing to carry out terrorist attacks after a series of arrests over the last 2 weeks. The men are accused of swearing allegiance to Islamic State, obtaining a handgun and preparing for several attacks in Britain. One of the region's biggest mental health trusts has admitted it doesn't have enough beds to cope with demand. Birmingham and Solihull Mental Health Trust says it's even had to send patients as far afield as Brighton and Carlisle. An Ebola screening will start at Birmingham Airport, but there's no confirmation on when. The Chief Executive of Public Health England has made the announcement. Screening is already in place at Heathrow for passengers arriving from the worst affected West African countries. Looking at the weather, clouding over as we head towards this evening. Some outbreaks of rain, highs of 17 Celsius, 63 degrees Fahrenheit.
The Voice. The Voice. The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country. BBC WM 95.6.
Right. Let me... No, steady. Let me remind you of the fun stuff before I read a text that I think might offend one or two of you. I've just got a feeling. So, what are we talking about? Apparently 58 is the most content you will ever feel. 58 years old. That's when you'll be your most content. Really? Why 58? What, did you feel content when you were 58? Are you approaching that age and dreading it? I cried on my 30th. I didn't cry on my 40th. I wasn't so drunk on my 40th. I was stone cold sober. I was stone cold Steve Austin on my 40th. But I did question my very existence and the meaning of life. It's all downhill from here, isn't it, 41? It's all downhill from here. 03453 009956. Odd crushes that you've had. Samantha Cameron. Oh, when will you realise that you and I are meant to be together? Leave, David. Come and shack up with me. Birmingham. Your weird crushes, please. That's led us on to your cartoon crushes. I had a soft spot as well for Jem. Do you remember Jem? She was truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. I don't remember anything more. She was a pop star, I think, wasn't she, in the cartoon? And Daphne, of course, from Scooby-Doo. We all know what they got up to in the back of that mystery machine. I think we have an idea. They may have been smoking some of their own rolled cigarettes in there, and who knows? It was the 70s. It was the 70s. I'm not condoning it. It was the 70s. They were in a mystery machine. They were getting mysterious with each other while Velma filmed it on a Super 8. Anyway. So we're talking about that. We'll be talking in the last 30 minutes of the show before Richard Wilford at 4. Ever punch somebody? There was a massive Barney on a football pitch. We'll speak about that in a bit. But I've been punched. Oh, yeah. I've been kicked. It hurt. I've never punched anyone. And I probably never will now. And it's one of my regrets that I've never given it my all. There must be somewhere where you can go and pay someone, like 20... No, not with a boxing glove on. Bare knuckle. There must be somewhere... I'm thinking of Fight Club, aren't I? Yeah, I'm thinking of the Fight Club as a film, wasn't it? Not a real thing. And are there any outfits that are too offensive to wear at a fancy dress party? The Ebola hazmat suits, Jimmy Savile. Here's two that might tickle your fancy. From Matt in the Jewellery Quarter. I once went to a bad taste fancy dress party dressed as a crucified Jesus. It gets worse. And this is horrible, OK? And I'm saying this so you know, if people are going, no, you could never dress up in offensive fancy dress. No, have a listen to this. The winner on the night was a guy dressed in battle dress with cling film on his face. He was supposed to be Simon Weston. See, even me with my warped sense of humour thinking, oh, flipping it, mate, really? 03453 009956. Is there part of you think, oh, come on, fancy dress is a party? Really? Mark's on the M6. Afternoon, Mark.
Hello, Ian. You all right, mate?
I'm all right, fella. What have you got for us?
Right, you're talking about weird crushes.
Yeah, go on.
Right. When I was growing up, I used to have the usual crushes. I think the first one was Glenn Barber.
Oh, Dempsey and Makepeace.
Oh, yeah.
Slightly wonky eye, wasn't it?
Saturday night television, 9 o'clock was definitely the one for me, watching that. And then I progressed, dare I say, to Samantha Fox.
Well, you know, you're following the classic trajectory there, Mark.
You see, I've got a weakness for blondes, that's the problem.
There's nothing weird about these. These were both conventionally beautiful women in the very 80s glamour girls.
Yeah. And at the moment now, I mean, you're going on about newsreaders. People are going on about newsreaders and stuff.
Yeah.
I quite like Midlands Today's Mary Rose.
Oh, really? She does it for you, does she?
Oh, yeah.
There's something about the newsread. Sophie Rayworth, for me. Sophie Rayworth does BBC One News, and there's something about the authority of it, I suppose. Mark, thank you very much indeed. I do feel a little bit like I'm encouraging a load of dirty old men to... I feel like we're the modern equivalent of the Peep Show, the traditional Peep Show. Put a quid in the slot. Women, if you want to... This is not... I realise this show can sometimes sound a little bit laddish. I try not to, but by the very nature of me being, a bloke, it inevitably will sometimes. I think producer Joe reins me in quite well. But if you're a woman and you want to phone in with your weird crushes, you are more than welcome. More than welcome. Well, this isn't a weird crush. Jeff says Cher. He doesn't say Cher. He says the one and only Cher. She's gorgeous. It's not weird. It's pretty obvious. I had a crush on Zelda out of Terrorhawks, says Rob. And Alan says, my secret crush is Carol Kirkwood off BBC Breakfast. Who takes any notice of the weather when she stood there? And then he goes and ruins... If Carol's listening, she's probably thinking, oh my. And then he kills it for her in 3 words. Lovely older lady.
Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah. Some call me the gangster of love. Some people call me Maurice. 'Cause I speak of the pompatus of love. People talk about me, baby. Say I'm doing you wrong. Well, don't you joker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I give my loving on the run. You're the cutest thing that I ever did see. I really love your beaches, want to shake your tree. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it all the time. Ooh, yeah, baby, I sure show you a good time. 'Cause I'm a picker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. Play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I sure don't want to hurt no one. People keep talking about me, baby. Say I'm doing you wrong. Well, don't worry, no, don't worry, mama. 'Cause I'm right here at home. You're the cutest thing I ever did see.
Oh, it just kind of goes all quiet, doesn't it, at the end, that song? I've forgotten about that. Afternoon, this is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6, here until 4 o'clock. Then Richard Wilford will take over and do his thing. 03453 009956. I feel I've missed out on hitting someone. I don't condone violence, and I'm certainly not inviting people to come and hit me. I've been hit. I've been kicked in the face. And you know what? It's really horrible. Actually, thoroughly unpleasant. I missed that I've never hit someone, though. The feeling of knuckle against flesh, full force. Well, there's an amazing bit. The reason we're talking about this is not just to indulge in my violent fantasies. There's a cracking bit of footage. If you go to the BBC WM on Facebook, we put it up there. It's a referee in Argentina handed out 12 red cards after a massive on-pitch fight. It's a fairly tame challenge, which quickly escalated into a 22-man brawl. Involved players, substitutes, riot police, the crowd rush, everybody. It's incredible. Go and have a look at the Facebook page. Joining us now is Dr. Dawn Sant, who's an anger manager expert. Good afternoon, Dawn.
Good afternoon.
What is it? What is that point? How do people cross that line from just being angry to being in such a rage that they can only express themselves physically?
That's at the point when the stress response has kicked off. Once the stress response has kicked in, there's no going back. That's when we fight, flee or freeze. All the physiological responses kick in and our rationale goes out the window. We're fighting for our lives, effectively, despite the fact that we're not really. Somebody's just done something that's annoyed us on the pitch.
Why are some people, Dawn, more prone to this than others? Is it an intelligence thing? Is it a class thing? Is it an upbringing thing?
Possibly a combination of all of those things. Nobody's immune. There's lots of reasons why people get angry, and it could be because they've had different role models. They've just handled things like that in the past and not learned a better way. But anybody can learn to manage their anger better.
Go on then, give us. But I'd imagine it's not a quick thing because people say, take a deep breath and count to 10. Shut up! Yeah, that deep breath and count to 10 thing. That's going to make you more angry if someone suggests that.
Well, if that stress response has been triggered, you're not really going to be able to hear anything.
Right.
So no matter how good you are at managing anger, it's just all your rules and tools are just going to fly out the window. There's really little hope. The most important thing is actually to learn more about your anger and actually prevent it getting to that stage. Once you've been triggered in that way and your rage has kicked in, the best that you can hope for is to engage in damage limitation, I would say.
And is there
more quickly?
Dawn, is there a kind of mob mentality? So if you're in a group of people and one kind of kicks off, are the rest of that group more likely to join in? Because that seal has been broken. That seal's been broken, hasn't it? So people will see that physical violence is ensuing. So I'd imagine they'd be more up for it.
Yes, possibly there is. It's difficult. Yes, it's difficult to say. I think it's a much more complicated process than that. And obviously, everybody's singing from the same song sheet in that particular situation. So their stress response has been triggered. And yes, there is. I'm not. That's not really my area of expertise, really. I'm more of an individual.
Yes, of course you are. Dawn, finally, before we go, have you ever lost it? Have you ever hit someone?
I've never hit somebody, no. No.
Good for you, Dawn. No. I appreciate your time, thank you. Dr Dawn Sant, anger management expert. Your thoughts, please. 03453 009956. Are you one of those... I used to have a really bad temper. I'm so much better than I was. I still have flashes. Producer Joe will vouch for that. We often end up brawling using... she uses karate. I use Wing Chun Kung Fu. Kung Fu, of course, better than karate. 03453 009956. Ever hit... What does it feel like to hit someone? I've never done it.
WM 95.6.
Don't forget, the big match build-up starts at midday every Saturday with me, Daz Hale, here on BBC WM in early kick-off. We've got talking points, we have dream teams, plenty of banter with Francie and Rigo.
I backed a horse once, 10-1. Came in 4:15.
Marvellous. And of course, our already legendary away day anthem. Join me from 12.
BBC WM
95.6.
Hey, Jean, how you doing? Jean?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, you're there, Jean. Hello, Jean. How are you today?
I'm all right.
I have to say, I've forgotten this, and shame on me. It's Joe's 84th birthday today. He's probably grated his cheese now and sprinkled it on his chicken.
Has he really?
Would you be able to wish Joe a happy birthday, Jean?
Yes, especially now that I'm 6 years older than Joe.
You're 90 years old?
I am.
Blimey, what's it like?
Hell.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why is it hell?
Oh, I wish I was young and gorgeous.
Gee, I bet you are gorgeous, but why? Tell me why it's hellish.
Well, restrictive movements, hobbling about. Oh, it's awful. Oh, Iain.
Oh, Jean, you sound a lot... This is why I'm so surprised, because you sound... I would have put you sort of 53 by the sound of your voice.
Oh, I wish I were.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sort of au fait.
Yeah.
I know what's going on.
You sound like you're with it. You sound like you're hip to the scene, Daddy-O. What was the best age? It's supposed to be 58. What was it for you?
All of them, apart from 90.
Oh, no!
Yes.
So, oh, blimey, you're not giving us much to look forward to.
Oh, I don't know. No, I've had a great time, all in all. A great time.
Is it boring being 90?
No, because I've got a lot of interests. Iain?
Yeah?
I like crosswords.
Oh.
I like quizzes.
Oh.
I go out.
Yeah.
I shop.
Oh. Crossroads, quizzes and shopping?
Yep.
Do you not play... You must have loads of time. Do you not watch loads of, like, DVD box sets, like Breaking Bad, or play Xbox or something?
No, can't do it.
Oh.
I Google a bit.
Yeah. Oh, Jean. Tell us your secret, slightly weird crush.
The Cray twins. Yeah.
I tell you what, I was not expecting you to say that.
Oh, great.
Why? Whoa. What was it about? Was it because you sound quite well-to-do? Was it because they were bad boys?
I loved them. I like anything a bit naughty, a bit wicked. I don't like your conventional chocolate box heroes. Not me. Not this baby.
Did you? Where did you grow up, Jean?
Birmingham.
Oh, OK, because everybody who ever grew up in London, I remember my grandparents saying that they'd been to, like, a funeral and the Krays were there. Everyone who ever lived in London in the 50s and 60s always says they knew someone who knew the Krays.
May I interrupt you?
You certainly may, my darling.
Thank you. I did have an engagement. I was engaged to a nightclub owner in Birmingham.
To a what, sorry?
I was engaged to a nightclub owner many years ago.
I thought you said something completely different.
Sorry. And he knew the Cray twins.
Of course he did.
I was going to meet them, but I finished with him.
Oh, really?
I finished with the nightclub owner, yes.
Why did you finish with him? Is that... is that... Hello? Are you crying? You're not crying, are you?
No, I'm laughing. I'm hysterical because you're so funny.
Oh, Jean, listen, I swear, if you were 49 years younger... You and I we'd be together, baby.
No, I'm glad that you've got Mrs. Lee. She sounds lovely.
Yes,
and your boys sound lovely.
My boys are delightful. Who have you got in your life, Jean?
I wish. I've just lost my partner.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Just lost him.
When was that, my darling?
13th of September.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that. How long had you been together?
34 years.
Flippin' heck. 34... How did you make it last for 34 years?
I told him what to do.
Oh, Jean, we've not spoken before, have we, Jean?
I think once, but we didn't have a very long conversation. Well, you were very busy, very busy.
I tend to be quiet. Will you call again? It's so nice to speak to you. I really appreciate your stories.
Thank you. I've got lots more. Believe you me.
You've got such a naughty voice, Jean. You are a very naughty girl, aren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
Wish I could be now.
I'm sure we could. Anyway, Jean, it's lovely to talk to you. Have a lovely afternoon and we'll speak again.
Thank you very much, Ian. I think you're great.
I think you're one. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Live up to 89, you'll have a great time. At 90, it's hard work. Oh, Jean, bless you. That's so nice to speak to you. We'll make sure you call again. 03453 009956. This is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. Here every Friday, 2 till 4. Every Saturday, 9 till 12. If you want to give us a call, you can. Can I just do a couple of these texts before we play a song? Talking about weird crushes. The Cray twins. I was not expecting her to say the Cray twins. Rachel says Charlie Boorman. He's the fella with the moustache on a motorbike, isn't it? In it. Jenny in Walsall obviously likes listening to the radio, obviously never seen the internet. My secret weird crushes are you and Danny Kelly. Have a look at the pictures of us, Jenny, and I think you might be disappointed. I know what he means. I've just been handed this from Simon. Ian, my crush now is Jean. Wow. At 90, she sounds hot.
Crazy other people walking through my head. One of them's got a gun.
Afternoon, this is Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. I've had a very weird text. We're getting lots of people saying they found Jean hot. I know what you mean. Listen, if she's short of a few quid, I'm sure there are some phone lines that would employ her. 03453 009956 is the phone number for the last few minutes of the show. And then at 4 o'clock, my weekend, well, it sort of begins. It stops again tomorrow morning at 9. Then Richard Wilford, you come in and do stuff.
I do. I'm not surprised that she sounds hot. In fact, she's 90. She got the central heating thermostat set to 30 degrees.
Exactly. Have you... Oh, this is what we'll do tomorrow, Joe. Have you turned your heating on yet?
Had to.
Really?
It just got so cold.
It's not November yet.
I know.
Put a jumper on.
I didn't feel comfortable doing it. If it makes you feel any better about it,
yeah.
I ummed and ahed.
Oh mate, no.
But I was having to. I can't do with more togs. That's the choice, isn't it? Is it more togs or central heating?
I've just met you, and I'll be honest, I'm not keen. You sound like a lightweight. You sound like a lightweight to me. Put a jumper on.
Not like a heavyweight. Sound like a lightweight. Okay, I've got the line.
The advice they always give at the winter, which I think is just wonderful and useless, particularly for older people, is yes, you should put a jumper on and walk around a lot. Yeah, I'm 87 years old. I can't walk.
It could happen. But you can't see the telly so well when you do that, can you?
You can't.
Don't move with you.
I need to get a new electric blanket this year because my last one died last year. But
I don't like those.
Why?
Don't like those at all. Fire hazard.
No, what?
Fireman's son, I can't do it. He won't let me have candles
You're
either.
You're joking?
What? No.
Oh.
No.
You know, how is it a fire hazard? Well, apart from the fact
electric blankets, yeah. People leave them on, don't they? And then they come home to no house.
Yeah. Well, you don't leave it on in the daytime.
You can, though, but people made mistakes, didn't they? They're probably a lot safer now.
Well, let's just say, I'm being told
you're a lot older than I thought, clearly.
Oh, boy. Well, my producer is whispering in my ear, hot water bottle, but then you wake up in the night, you've got a cold hot water bottle in your bed. That's no good.
Gets in the way of your feet.
Richard, we're chatting. I do apologize. It's very nice to meet you. What's on your show today?
Today we will be talking to Mitch Winehouse, father of Amy, who's raising a lot of money for her foundation, which is helping people with alcohol problems, people with drug problems. He's got a new album out. He's a bit Sinatra-esque.
Because he's a cab driver, isn't he, in London?
He used to be.
Is he not anymore?
He's a crooner. He's a professional crooner these days. We're talking about Northern Soul, the movie, and digging into this Birmingham City Council story. Is the name of Birmingham City Council so toxic that they can't even get the top people on top money to take the jobs that they've been offered?
He's having a bad run at the moment, isn't it?
It's pretty grim, isn't it?
That Northern Soul... Have you seen that Northern Soul film?
I've seen the trails for it.
It looks good, doesn't it?
It looks very, very good.
Yeah, I knew nothing about it, and I was at the pictures the other day and I saw a trail for it. I thought, I might have a little bit of that.
Yeah?
That looks quite good.
Sounds good.
That's all happening from 4, is it, Richard?
All from 4.
Excellent stuff. Nice to meet you. Have a good show. See you later on. 03453 4... Oh, no, hang on. That's another number. 03453 009956. Too late to call me, I'm afraid, dear listener. But if you want to call Richard, I can see his team amassing by the bank of telephones that we have here. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock, by the way, I should let you know. Some more texts. Loads of texts today. I appreciate it. We prefer phone calls, but texts will do. You've kept producer Joe very busy, which is always a nice thing. Weird crushes has to be the female pilots in Captain Scarlet. OK. Now, Natalie, I could understand this. If I were a gay gentleman, I could understand this. I have a huge crush on Paul Martin on Flog It. He does it for me, says Natalie. Yeah, I can understand that. That makes sense, doesn't it? Completely makes sense. Kirsty Allsop for me, says Bill in Sutton. I never got the Kirsty Allsop thing. And here's a text you don't expect to get very often. This just shows how perverse I think some of you are. And boy, oh boy, haven't we gone up to the deviant line today? Bob says, Iain, I'd love you to punch me. I can assure you it's a great feeling. The offer is there for you. Bob, don't tempt me, fella. Right, let's get the travel news first. Here's Adam Crowther.
Well, it's quite busy for you on the M40 northbound around Junction 16 up towards the M42 link. The M5 north is queuing from Junction 2 at Albury to the M6 link there as well, and it's also slowing through the roadworks 10A at the M54 towards 12 at Gailey. Busy through Sparkhill and Stratford Road. No major problems on the Aston Expressway. A little busy around the Five Ways Island, and the Dudley Southern Bypass around the Cinderbank Island still starting to look a little busy. Around Tipton, Sedgley Road to Dudley Port, stop-start. No problems for you if you're heading on the Black Country route, the A454 between Wolverhampton and Walsall. 08453 002288.
Waking up the West Midlands with the latest news, sport, weather and travel updates. Pete Morgan at Breakfast is back Monday morning from 6.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
BBC WM 95.6.
Good afternoon to you. It's Richard Wilford on Drive, sitting in for Paul Franks this Friday afternoon. Let's